Hope Owunda, who made this known, said the abductors have contacted the victim's wife to demand ransom. The NMA secretary says the association is mobilizing to implement its anti-kidnap protocol that will lead to a total shutdown of all medical facilities in the state in protest of the abduction of their colleague and member. Meanwhile, the police have said they are investigating the attack on a youth leader, Rhino Owakire, in the state. SP Ringekoko said efforts are on to fish out the sponsors of the politically motivated violence and arrest those who attacked him. As you may know, Mr. Owakire went live on Facebook on Wednesday night with his bleeding injured mouth, saying he has been shot. The incident is said to have happened on his way home in Alu, Ikwere local government area of the state. Narrating the incident, an eyewitness told newsmen that the gunman shot at Owakire's vehicle tires before shooting in his direction through the windscreen. He said the youth leader is in pain and currently receiving treatment at an undisclosed hospital. Mr. Owakire is known as a former SUG president at the University of Port Harcourt. He is currently the director, Youth Mobilization Office Atiku Okowa campaign team in Rivers State. Moving on, the APC campaign council in Rivers State has called for an end to pre-election litigations in the state, saying what the people need is a contest of ideas to enable the election of best candidates that will serve the interests of the state. The call followed the party's victory at the appeal court yesterday, in which its candidates were cleared to contest the 2023 elections in the state against the October 25 judgment of a federal high court which disqualified the candidates. Spokesman of the APC Campaign Council in Rivers State, Sogboye Eli, advised the plaintiffs and the martyrs that were decided by the court yesterday to resist the temptation of approaching the Supreme Court because the dictates of the judgment delivered by the appellate court clearly shows that under the new electoral law, only an aspirant who took part in the primary of a political party can challenge the process in court. Recall that Justice Lawal Shaibu, who led the three-man appeal panel of the court, said the nomination of delegates and political parties is an internal party affair. He said the Federal High Court lacked jurisdiction to entertain the suit in the first place. The court also awarded the sum of 500,000 naira as a cost against Judge Olu and 5 others who dragged APC to the lower courts. Away from that, a private forensic investigator and criminal intelligence specialist, Alfred Ononugbo, says the politicization of institutions is a major concern as police personnel are now linking crime to other motives. Mr. Ononugbo said this while reacting to the statement by the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Okon Efrong, on the attack on the residence of Senator Lee Meba on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire. He said the police have the mandate to first investigate the crime and protect the lives and properties of Nigerians.
The police alone cannot call violence during the election. All the security agencies need to work together. There has to be synergy. Educate people, get them, let them know that violence is not the best. Violence doesn't pay. So we need to enlighten members of the public. Stay away from violence. When the nations, ensure that election materials are well secured, elections are well secured, polling booths are well secured, and voter crowd control. Very, very important.
Also speaking on the program, former Assistant Inspector General of Police Felix Ogwaudu says in order to ensure a violent-free election, the public need to be sensitized on the consequences of violence.
Now we are having the politicization of institutions. That will give us concern. If an incident of such occurs, a serving police personnel are used to questionable evidences linking the crime to other motives, I think it should not be a media discussion. They have the mandate to investigate, to bring to justice the perpetrators of the crime, but it's not ethically right if what the police was quoted to have said was actually what happened.
Still ahead, article says he is the surest path to an Igbo presidency. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back. Now to the rest of the news. The PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has called for the support of the Southeast, saying it is the region's surest route to the presidency. He made a comment while addressing party supporters during his campaign rally in Awka, Anambra State on Thursday. He also promised to revive industries in the region, vowing to dredge the River Niger to boost economic activities. The Executive Director, Corruption Observatory, Mr. Ivie Richard, has faulted the principles of the Nigeria whistleblower policy. Speaking in a Channels TV interview today, Mr. Richard said the absence of a whistleblower protection law was a setback to the whistleblower policy. Mr. Richard also said the idea of rewarding whistleblowers should be optional.
There is no whistleblower protection law. The first thing you do if you want to fight corruption is to protect those who want to speak out. Not based on what has happened, based on suspicion alone. It's not about implement. The policy itself was not right. The world best practice. I was one of the few Africans who sat on the ISO committee that developed this whistleblower protection act, already resident in Nigeria with SOM. Now, it's based on three principles. The first of it is protection. The other one is confidentiality and then trust. The issue of incentivizing whistleblowing is now. So why should the giant of Africa promulgate a policy based on incentives? The real thing is not being done.
Recall that the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, yesterday said the whistleblower policy had lost momentum. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdul Rashid Bawa, says the commission is presently reviewing petitions forwarded against some top politicians in the country. Mr. Bawa also said that several discoveries have been made from indicted looters, including over 30 billion naira recovered from the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris. The remains of Bamise Ayanwola, who was found dead after boarding a bus belonging to the Bus Rapid Transport Scheme in February, has been buried. She was buried at Arton Cemetery, Yaba, in Lagos today. The late Miss Ayanwola went missing after boarding the bus at the Chevron area of Lekki on her way to Oshodi. Her body was found days later. A BRT driver, Andrew Omini Koron, is facing count of conspiracy, rape and murder over Ayanwola's death. In business, the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC) has shared about 902 billion naira to the three tiers of government as federation allocation for the month of November. From the amount, the federal government received 358.515 billion naira. States received 270.836 billion naira. The local government councils got 204.13 billion naira, while the oil-producing state received 68.572 billion naira as 13% deviation of mineral revenue. In entertainment, police in the UK say 4 people were critically injured and 4 others hospitalized following a crash outside the venue of a concert by Nigerian Afrobeat singer Asake. It said emergency teams were called to the O2 Academy in Brixton yesterday following reports that a large number of people were attempting to forcefully enter the venue. In sports, the United Nations is calling on sports organizations across the world to do more for sustainability. The inaugural Sport for Nature framework will aim to safeguard nature, contribute to new biodiversity goals, and restore key ecosystems by 2030.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
Now on the foreign scene, at least 16 people including children have been killed after a landslide at a holiday campsite in Malaysia's Selangor state. Families were sleeping in their tents when the incident happened early this morning at a farm in Batang Kali Township. Hundreds of rescuers are digging through mud to find the survivors. More than 90 people had been staying at the base. On the news this afternoon, you heard police say it is investigating the kidnap of UPTH doctor as NMA 13 shut down. Rivers APC has called for contest of ideas after its appeal court victory. Article says it is the surest path to an Igbo presidency. On the foreign scene, at least 16 people, including children, have been killed after a landslide at a holiday campsite in Malaysia. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kala Dakuru Batubo. Good afternoon.